I ain't gonna lie to you. These shits are addictive, dog. I'm gonna do 2000s and then we gonna wrap it up a little bit. I still want to see the rest, but I just can't get up and walk away knowing it's sitting right in my face, bro. If you are just now listening, this is Daily Life, Popular Culture of 2000s. This is made by reading through history, bro. We are about to be educated. For some people that wasn't born in there or, just didn't know about the 2000s. We already did the 90s. That video is going to be linked to this video, probably up here somewhere. 90s is forever going to be the best. The best. They're the best. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you from, what you from, what year you from. The 90s is goated, bro. Goated. There's too many goats in the 90s, you know? Okay. Anyway, this is the 2000s. We're going to tap into this, bro. I want to assume technology is going to advance because we got the internet in the 90s, and that shit's only going to take off from there. So let's see some of the 2000s shits, bro. I kind of like the 2000s too. I can't lie, because that's when I was becoming a teenager and in my early, I'm not going to dive too deep into that, but my early years, Here we go, bro.
The 2000s was a time of great change.
Hell yeah.
And fully experiencing the decade meant embracing new technologies. What were some of these changes? How was life different than in previous decades? In the 1990s, the American family began to look very different from the traditional model of a father, mother, and 2 children. This trend continued in the 2000s, as more and more single-parent families emerged. Also, as parents divorced and remarried, many children found themselves with parents and step-parents.
Makes sense.
Young adults began delaying marriage until later in life. In 2000, 31% of women between the ages of 20 and 24 were already married. By 2010, only 19% of women in this same age.
Yeah, so at some point, I guess teenagers got older in their 20s and just decided, I'm not ready to get married yet. I wonder what's the reason behind that. You I don't know, growing up in a lifestyle of seeing your parents break apart, or I don't know. What's the reason for that trend to just drop down like that? Something had to happen where people just stopped getting married. Maybe things got expensive. Maybe people wanted to live life before they settle down. I don't know.
Age demographic were married. Also, many young adults began choosing to stay at home and delay living on their own until later in life.
That could be a part of the reason too.
By the end of the decade, approximately 30% of young American adults between the ages of 18 and 34 were still living with their parents. The decision for young adults to remain at home was due, in part, to the turbulent financial climate of the 2000s.
I was about to say that. It got to be a financial reason why you're not ready to be into the world. It's too expensive.
Both income and housing prices fluctuated throughout the decade. For example, in 2000, the average income was $42,350. But by the end of the decade, the average income was only about $39,400.
Wait a minute. It went up and then down. Was it said in the last video?
Meanwhile, the average income was only about...
Yeah, and it said in the 99, it peaked at, I think, 40,000. So it went up in the 2000s, but at the end of the 2000s, it went down to 39,000. It went down to 39,000. While prices probably still moved up, which is crazy.
About $39,400. Meanwhile, the average price of a new home in 2000 was $136,150. Yet, by
that type of house, that's in the hood. Like, that's a nice house for that price. That price now is probably like $500,000.
2007. This amount had skyrocketed to $313,600. By 2010, the price of a new home had lowered slightly to $272,900.
Still cheaper than today.
The prices of other items were also inconsistent.
Mm-hmm.
In 2000, the price of a gallon of gasoline was $1.26.
Probably went up to like
By
$2.
2008, gas prices had reached $3.39.
That joint went up $2 and some change, dog. $3.39. I paid for that last week.
A gallon. But by 2010, the price had once again fallen to $2.73.
Wow.
The prices of automobiles were slightly more stable throughout the decade. The average price of a new car was about $24,750 at the beginning of the decade,
depending on what kind of car it is.
and averaged about $27,950
This is what it is today.
by 20.
This is the price it is today for like a new, like it wouldn't be this model. This car is probably like a $35,000 car today, but like for a cheaper model type car, maybe a small little hatchback something, $27,000. That might be the new price of a car. Maybe a Toyota Corolla, something like that, you know? Hyundai Elantra.
Of course, the prices of all items would have varied based on brand name, make, model, and region of the country. The internet revolutionized American lives in the 2000s. Most Americans had received their first glimpse of the internet in the 1990s. But it was in the 2000s when the true impact of the new technology began to be understood. Average American families began shopping online, listening to music online, watching television shows and movies online, and even meeting potential dating partners online. Electronic mail, or email, made written communication instantaneous, and
this was the beginning of the end of the social life. Like, I guess the 90s, it was a mix of both worlds, but you couldn't do all of this shit on the internet. But because it's the internet, I think technology, it was bound to happen. And like, I think what they say, internet came out in like 96, 97. So it only took it like, let's say all this shit happened in 10 years for them to just upgrade like that.
social networking websites allowed people to remain connected and experience the lives of friends like never before.
Now talking to your friends is
regardless of
typing.
what one was interested in. They could now connect with thousands of others who shared similar interests, whether it be independent films, online gaming, fan fiction, or a local band. The cell phone also had a...
You went from the phone with the bag, bro, to the iPhone. Touchscreen at that. Not the Nokia buttons, bro. Not the Sidekick flip around screen, bro.
a significant impact on American lives.
And guess what? This ain't nothing but a little computer. Look at all that information on there, bro.
While mobile phones had been in existence since the early 1980s, the devices did not become practical.
I never thought you had to hold your phone with two hands. The base into your ear. Your arm's tired, bro. Like, the flip phone is crazy. I had one of these. I think this phone. So mine had, my screen was right here. It wasn't down there. That's ugly. Ew. That's an ugly made phone. Why your screen not right here?
Affordable until the late 1990s. Throughout the decade of the 2000s,
Yep, everybody had these. Everybody had the little T-Mobile flip Jones, the screen, no screen. Everybody had a singular. You know, remember singular? Oh my God.
they became increasingly commonplace. In 2000, just under 30% of Americans had a cell phone. But by 2010,
Everybody
approximately 85% of Americans owned one.
And that's because of the internet.
In
You
other
can get on the
areas
internet
of life,
on your
some
thing.
American
You take your
families
computer
started
on
to
the go.
become more health conscious. Counting calories and checking the ingredients in food products became increasingly common.
Yeah.
As a result, many American consumers began buying organic groceries. This meant attempting to purchase food that had been produced more naturally, without the use of pesticides, chemical fertilizers, or genetic engineering. Some Americans also became more environmentally conscious during the 2000s. Many cities enacted recycling programs and schools placed more emphasis on environmental concerns.
Bro.
From driving a more fuel-efficient vehicle to purchasing environmentally friendly light bulbs and reusable shopping bags.
That's today.
Many Americans
COVID.
began making increased efforts to protect the
I always wonder what they do with the recycle. Like I heard, yeah, they take the recycle and they make new things out of the recycled product. Is that true, or is they just using that shit to send to China and they making bread off of it as if like a bum dude got a bag full of cans, or the dudes to pull up in the truck, go through the trash and put all the trash on the back of the trucks, take it to the junkyard and make money off of it. Is that what America doing with all the recycle? They getting the whole country's recycle and shipping that shit to somebody to make some bread. That's crazy. I don't know. I'm just speculating, but I really don't know what they do with the shit.
environment. Americans have always loved to travel, and the 2000s were no exception.
I'm scared of heights.
However, following the terrorist attacks on September 11, 2001, airline travel in America became increasingly difficult. New security measures required passengers to pass through metal detectors, have bags searched, and potentially be patted down by security officials before entering airports and airplanes. This had a significant impact on American lives, since travelers now had to arrive at airports
like 4 hours early
before their flights, and family members could no longer greet weary travelers directly off the airplane.
That was
Despite the emergence of the internet, television remained the dominant form of entertainment in the 2000s.
Oh yeah.
The most popular program
American
of the decade
Idol.
was American Idol,
Look at the
a
color.
singing competition in which amateur performers
comes
were
with
judged by
technology,
celebrities. American Idol assumed the top spot in the ratings in 2005 and remained there for the rest of the decade. Another competition-based program, Dancing with the Stars, also proved very popular throughout the latter half of the decade.
I'm surprised.
Reality television became one of the
Boy, how you gonna say reality television without Flavor Flav, bro? Oh my god.
staples of American TV throughout the 2000s. Originally made popular by MTV's The Real World in the 1990s, many other programs mimicked the show's style in the 2000s.
No, that's not.
Big Brother, Survivor, and The Bachelor were amongst the most popular reality TV series.
Entertainment.
More traditional programs remained popular as well. CSI, Crime Scene Investigation,
Law and Order,
Lost, Grey's Anatomy, and Desperate Housewives were amongst the most.
How you say CSI over Law and Order, bro? Law and Order is so addictive, dog.
Most popular hour-long dramas. Everybody Loves Raymond,
Wow.
Will and Grace, and 2.5 Men
I love
were
this
amongst
show.
the most popular sitcoms.
Oh my god.
At the theater, American audiences fell in love with superheroes. Batman Begins,
Man, they ain't never stopped.
Spider-Man, and Iron Man were just a few of the comic book themed movies that people flocked to see. The Lord of the Rings trilogy proved to be a huge box office success while garnering 17 Academy Awards.
Damn.
Animated films such as
Upgrade.
Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo,
Bro.
and The Incredibles entertained young audiences.
Classics right here.
Americans continued their love affair with professional sports in the 2000s. The National Football League, or NFL, produced many outstanding players during the decade.
That's a good.
Tom Brady and the New England Patriots played in 4 Super Bowls, winning 3 championships. Peyton Manning was named the league MVP 4 times throughout the decade,
Colts Peyton.
an award he won 5 times during his career. Kobe Bryant was the dominant player in the National Basketball Association. Bryant won 4 NBA championships and was selected to the All-Star team each year of the decade. LeBron James, Shaquille O'Neal, Tim Duncan, and Kevin Garnett were also phenomenal players.
KG, bro. Shaq.
Albert
my God.
Pujols took Major League Baseball by storm, hitting 37 home runs in his first season and winning the National League Rookie of the Year award in 2001. Pujols would go on to be a 9-time All-Star and hit more than 600 home runs in his career. Ichiro Suzuki made his Major League debut in 2001.
Who's the first Asian
He
man?
became the first Japanese position player to excel in Major League Baseball.
That's fire. I didn't know that.
Ichiro played in 10 Major League Baseball All-Star games and won 10 Gold Glove awards throughout the rest of the decade. Alex Rodriguez and Barry Bonds were also dominant players during the era. However, their careers were marred by accusations
Steroids.
of using performance-enhancing drugs such as steroids or human growth hormones.
Yo, what?
In music, the most successful
Britney.
artists at the beginning of the decade were pop stars such as Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera. Eminem and
Usher
Usher
and M.
also had sustained success throughout the decade. Groups such as Fall Out Boy and Blink-182 were also popular.
Damn, no Linkin Park?
In country music, American Idol winner Carrie Underwood became a
Phenomenal.
sensation, while Toby Keith and Kenny Chesney continued successful careers that began in the 1990s. It should be remembered that not everyone experienced the 2000s in the same way. These were just a few of the broad trends that were predominant throughout the decade.
That's crazy.
Each family and each individual had a unique situation with their own stories, tastes, and preferences.
Wow. Wow. They got the 1970s? I'm itching to watch it. We gotta go though. We gotta go. That is nuts, bro. The 2000s when technology literally took off. Like, it was created in the 90s, but it didn't hit its stride until the 200s. The 2000s, bro. If you were a kid in this decade, you probably lived in the last decade of the real fun before technology took over. Yeah. Early 2000s is completely different than the later 2000s, which is crazy to me. The 2000s was such a unique decade because the 2000 to 2005 and 2006 to 2009 felt like two. I just said that. Felt like two completely different decades, from technology available to U.S. to fashion to movies to music to TV shows and video games. That's crazy. Rest in peace to the good old days, 8000 BC. He wrote that in 2013. In 2000s, it was the best years of our childhood lives. The 2000s was cool. I'm a 90s kid and a 2000s teen. That's me. And I must say that it was the... Wait, what? I must say that was the sweet spot. To me, the 92 to 2003-ish was the peak of American culture. I fully agree with that. I even go as far as to say 2004. Maybe 2005. But I think 2006 is when it started, like, getting different, you know? Maybe late 2005. But yeah, like, yeah. Who's ready for the 2010 version? I wonder if he have one. I don't even know. That's crazy, bro. Y'all like this video? Make sure y'all subscribe to Reading Through History. He makes these phenomenal educational videos to just teach you about different lifetimes and cultures, bro. Just living through this, looking at this, living through it is like, it's crazy to see how far we come, bro. And like what it was back then to where we at now. And like me as an adult today and as a child back then, it's crazy. Crazy. Yeah, make sure I leave a like, subscribe, share with your friends, turn your notifications on. We're gonna be back. I'm trying to get back on my grind. I've been down, bro. I've been down. Not down bad, but I've been down, you know? So I'm trying to motivate myself and get back into doing this shit like I was doing before, you know? But I do see all the subscriptions. I do see all the comments. I just want to say I appreciate you guys. And I love y'all, bro. And we're going to be back in this joint, bro. Make sure to subscribe to my TikTok, bro. I'm trying to get literally 70 more subscribers so I can start going live on TikTok. Yo, that's all I'm trying to do, bro. So yeah, if I got almost 4,000 people on this channel, can 70 of y'all just go to my TikTok in the in the description and just subscribe, bro. Just fucking subscribe. Anywho, I'll be about this video. I love the love and the support, and I'm gonna see y'all the next time. Peace.